Forget it. Shut up. Ah. Actually, I shouldn't tell him the show. Hold on, wait. I didn't know. Wait, what? How come other people? I'm so confused right now. I thought, what? Other people? Wait, I did a stream. It is happening right now. Yes. Okay. So let me exit out. See, look, all that was there before because this was somehow already there when I created the broadcast, but I hadn't started streaming. But it wasn't showing up on my channel until I started. What? I'm so confused. Okay. Anyhow, we're here. This is happening. It is a thing. It is good day. I should probably make an announcement. That would have been wise. Yes, that would be the smart YouTuber thing to do. We're gonna. I did. Okay, yeah, yeah. Let me do another one here. Stream. Send that now. Okay. So, you know, as you can see, I didn't steal this idea from Monica G. No, they absolutely did not make a video of that this morning, and I was just like, that sounds really cool. No, I thought of this completely on my own, but either way, the channel's right there so that you know that it is there. And the tier is there as well so that you can make your own tier list. This is my tier list. And I have my reasonings for why certain things are at certain places. I have my reasons. Careless has already told me that Afro at Sea is criminal, and that's totally fine. Everyone can have their opinions, and if you want to make your own tier list, this should be public for anyone to use. You should be able to just beep bop boop do your own because this is just about every Dokituber there is out there. It's not all of them. I'm positive it's not all of them. There will always be more, but this is as many as I know of. So yeah, there's a reason. Some of them are a stupid reason because I'm already gonna tell you now. I have not watched every video from every single one of these YouTube channels. I do not have enough time in the world to do that. I don't know. I have to make mods and I have to do things, and I can't watch everything. So some of my reasonings are not just the content, but with the content itself when it's not like what it actually is in containing of the videos, but what is the video itself. And if I didn't know, usually I just put it in C because that's just mid. That would be your reason. We'll get into it. We'll start it as we'll make our way all the way down to the non-applicable, which is me because I'm Bernard. I would be biased. I could easily, and of course I can't edit these if I'm like thinking like, oh, as I'm describing like what I'm doing, and we might sit down and watch some YouTube videos from some of these creators that I may not have seen as much, and see if we can get ourselves a bit more clear tier list. But for now, this is what it is. NA for Bernard because I'm too biased. I can't make a judgment on myself. That is for you to decide and for others to decide. Like Monica Smiley Face when they made their this put me in B. It was just like I would obviously have put me in S because I'm a narcissist. Now, I don't know where I would have put myself. I don't even want to think of that because I don't know. I have to fight between myself thinking that I'm a good writer or I'm a bad writer. I don't. NA is good for now. But of course, at the top of the list, and you'll never convince me to change this no matter what. I will never. There is no statement or argument that you can give me to put any other DokuTuber above the bike. Go to that channel right now, and I can show you guys what it is. If you don't know what you should, but I haven't watched the newest video, but that's because I haven't had the time. I watched everything else. Why is it so high on my list? Probably because this was the first DDLC mod channel I'd ever seen in my life. It was in my like, recommended like YouTube videos. I was just scrolling through and I just encountered a DDLC mod. I didn't even know it was a DDLC mod. I looked at it and I was like, "Oh my gosh, is this like some like person playing like DDLC 2. Did they finally make a sequel after all these darn years? I gotta see this. And it wasn't. And I was very confused until I read the description and started to learn. And then I started on the videos like the Month of Natsuki and There's Nobody Else Like Yuri. And I realized that all that they do is good, so I went down to like the very beginning of all of their like mods and just watched them. I mean, I watched every single one at one point, from the Monica pickle to whatever the heck Yuri gets exposed was. A lot of cool stuff. And overall, there's a strong hint of, yes, lewdness, but also of really amazing coding, sprite making, music, story writing. It's convoluted at times. There's a lot of uh, theories. It's very detailed. It goes in depth about trauma in many different areas, and that's always interesting. It keeps to the same themes of a regular DDLC game. So yeah, I would say it's pretty good. That's why it's there. It's the first one I ever saw. It's the only probably YouTube channel about Togi that I've seen every single video that they've ever made ever. So it's earned its place there for me. Now other people don't like him as much as I do, but it's just a given for me that Bike's gonna be number one. Let me see what you guys are saying. I'm gonna make one real quick. Your reasoning is fine, bud. It's biased on yourself, and not really. I'd say I'd be cheer for you. Well, thank you. It's a great channel, but I haven't seen anything much nowadays, sadly. DDC too. Oh, this is funny. Good reason to watch something at first. If we were including mods, writing, coding, etc., then Afro could be like really high, maybe low S, high A. The coding on Doki Vigilante is nuts. Shiguri's later judgments. That's because I've watched it. It's like I've much more assessed them than others, and we'll get into the whole of this, which is why I'm not going to be able to give you my perfect listing. I would have to spend more time watching and analyzing these channels, and I haven't for every single one. We're going to be getting into that, but this S tier, these are basically what my ranking for what an S tier would have to be. Would not just be, is the content good? At the end of the day, I think there's potential for every single person on this list to have good content. They're all mods, we all put work into it, we all make our stories, and at the end of the day, there's at least someone who think they're entertaining, and I think that I can't just go on quality alone, because there are different things people like writing, coding, uh, what it is to accomplish what it's trying to do in your story, things like that you could go through. And people who have just started out are obviously not going to have as much as a leg up as someone like Bike who's been doing it since like the dawn of all DDLC. So I wanted to go on just my personal opinion more than anything, with my own justifications for why. Because I mean, at the end of the day, they all make mods and they're all good, and I enjoy the fact that they all exist, that we create. This is the community. This is DDLC on YouTube. It's really cool. But for S rank, what my requirements were, it would be a YouTube channel that does the DDLC content that I personally enjoy a lot. That I would either they were a very strong influence on me when I was making my content, when I wanted like these are the people that I would see and I'd be like, wow, I want to do that. I want to make DDLC mods like these people. That's so cool. Or or I've just enjoyed their content so much that usually whenever they upload, I'm going to go out of my way to watch their newest video. Like, no matter what. This is like, it's like, I can't keep up with every single Dokituber, but like, usually I try to keep up with what's happening in these S tiers. I'm not perfect about it because I get, I have busy schedules and whatnot, but I try. So, anyhow, next up is Woot Mess. Go on to the Woot Mess on here, right here. Boop. Now, of course, not everything they do is DDLC related, but most of it is. I mean, look at their popular uploads, and all it really is editing. It's like an editing reel if you just like watch their videos. Not all of it, of course, is DDLC related, but it's just really cool. Go to the channel and watch some of their stuff. I think you will be hard pressed to not just laugh or be entertained, to see that they're just really cool. Um, It is DDLC content that you wouldn't really be able to see in most other areas. It's not a visual novel. It's like comedy little skits, shorts. Usually they're based off of another video on YouTube, but honestly, with his amazing talent in editing, usually he's able to make an improvement on the original. Just looks better, it flows better. Like I've watched like this one right here, the Sayori, a whole bunch, and I went to the original, and I have to say, no offense to the original creator, he did better. He made it look better. He used, I mean, it could just be because of time, different technologies, but I mean, he made his own work, his own, creative video, but he improved on things, like a good sequel would. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. Uh, Whenever I see them uploading, I am most certainly going to be watching some Moon Mess. Let me see. See where we are. Writing coding. This looks very formal. I'm late. No. Hi, Yodaverse. Oh, bike is easily top three though. 100% agree. Agreed for bike. You learn something from a mod. It's a good mod to me at least. Us as if you make everything fun and enjoyable or forward, I hope. It's alive as a lot of their stuff is short, so helps with the algorithmic effect. Yeah, there it is short. It's you quickly get through it. Very good point. Next up for me is Dretchinox. I've heard a lot of negative about Dretchinox recently. I don't know why. Have I really been keeping up with them? Not really. After the end of Series an Adult and the Yuri's Your Yandere Teacher finished, I didn't really continue because the wait for the finishing of those series took so much out of me. I was just like really wanting it, and then it did happen. And I was just like, if I'm gonna watch one of these series again, because he makes really good series, I'd have to wait until it's over so I can just binge it. Because oh my gosh, so I haven't been too up to date, but I do think Dretchinox is. If I were to like introduce someone to DDLC mods, I would probably go with Dretchinox. Most likely because it's the mix between the seriousness and the crazy goofy and all together in one, nice story. You can do short mods, series. It's relatively like your baseline DDLC mods. Some of them are goofy, some of them are serious, romance. It's like the collage of all sorts of things. I think they've earned their place and their subscriber count and in the community. And they're also one of the hugest influences on me when I started making my DDLC mods when I wanted to. Like there was a certain point when I was watching these that when I was watching mods in general, that I was just like, yeah, I could do this. I should do this. I want to do this. Dresden is a part of that, and that is why he's right there. You're the under teacher. Oh lord, that sounds terrifying, but sounds interesting as well. I am a Nats guy. It's interesting indeed. I see. So if we go to, because we should, I go to the Dresden. The thing about what the hell happened to all these? Yeah, Love Cross Realities looks really cool. It looks really cool, and I think it would be I think I really want to watch it, but I know it's mostly. I'm pretty sure it's not all the way done. So there's that. This is really cool. The realistic Monica, that was really cool. And there was he made an analog horror for DDLC that was literally just perfect. I don't know where it is, but I don't know if I could find it. But if I could just like show you that yes, it does indeed exist, so you guys can go watch it for yourselves. Seriously, like that's probably the most recent video that I went on my way to watch completely because it's really cool. Because it's just I like it. Okay, this is a me thing. Yeah, right here. EAS scenario, Monica conquers the world. It's super cool. But there are lots of different stories. Sarah's a ghost. That's a good one. Um, Sarah's an adult. I mean that's the playable version. We need to go to the regular one. Yeah, Yandere English teacher. Yuri's your teacher. That is a really good mod, and it builds up, and then the ending is really anticlimactic. I'm gonna be honest. There's enough botched ending on there, but like Sarah's Ghost, that's a really good one. And there's the maid ones. So there's some good ones. There's some good ones. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, back to whatever you guys might be saying. See, unpopular opinion here. I'm a Sayori guy. Me too. Keeping up with Love Cross Realities. It's so good. Monica Excuse Order 66 House New Series. Yeah, I also love the Judge Knox's DLC, but every line is like Thanos quote or Star Wars quote. That was really good. But next up, of course, is Monica Smiley Face or Monica D. I've become more accustomed to calling Marco Monica D because of the fact on Discord you can't just do the smiley face because then it turns into emoji. But either way, Monica Smiley Face is the first one on my list for a reason. This unequivocally, like, there is no guess or doubt in my mind. Monica Smiley Face was the channel that I was watching when I made the decision to make mods. None of my stories would ever have existed had I not watched Monica Smiley Face. Why is that? Well, I don't know. I think it was more on the fact that Monica Smiley Face had a lot of challenges earlier on in the videos that I could see. Like, I'd go back and I would watch uh, Monica Gets the Pregnant series and how it started out with not only just like poor grammar but quick writing, and how with time it got better and very popular. And I was just like, that show of improvement inspired me. It's just like, I could do this and I shouldn't even be afraid to do something like this, because even if I do something that is not good, like quality good, it can still become better. I was like, so just like, I always get worried whenever I upload something that people aren't going to like it. I was like, well, even if they don't, or if they do now and I get like cringed by it later because I don't think it's as good as it should have been compared to what I do now, um, that's normal. And Mono Smiley Face inspired me to do that. They also inspired me because of the goofiness of it. It doesn't always have to be just like the serious thing. Usually, all they want to do is something really goofy and funny and hilarious, and I could just find myself laughing. That one of the cool things about bike that really inspired me is that whenever I watch bike stuff, I always find myself putting myself in MC's shoes. What would I do in this crazy situation? The thing with Monica Smiley Face is that it achieves what it's supposed to do. At every time I'm watching these videos, I'm laughing. I'm going to smirk. I'm going to giggle. I'm going to enjoy my time. Most certainly has earned its place on the S tier. Let me see what you guys are saying, because I'm Kitty recommended it. So you could do some editing a video for my boy Sanzi. Lol. Bowser, no. Hello, Zach. I'm Literature Club, no, but yes, those quotes are hilarious. I always wanted to draw this character. It's an idol in a sense. Not an idol, like, I don't worship Monica Smiley Face. I mean, I've met Monica Smiley Face. Monica Smiley Face quite literally is Marco. Um, and it's just funny. But I do appreciate the content, and it was one of the things that inspired me. So I think that not only has that channel earned its place in this huge like Dokituber community, but they just really make good content. I really enjoy it. Something brand new. That's a good idea. Thank you. You're welcome. Free simplistic. Whatever I can agree with Photoshop specific. Okay, let's have your own discovery. So next up is these two: Diverse Doki Multiverse and Yandere Gaming. And I'm gonna be honest, they're interchangeable. I could have Yandere Gaming here, or I could have Diverse here. Honestly, it's very interchangeable. I enjoy their channels pretty equally. I don't have a which one's more. I didn't put too much thought onto like who needed to be on top of who when it came. I know like some people do. I didn't as much. I kind of just threw them in to a tier. So I put some thought. Like Bike is most obviously going to be the top of the S tier, but like Dretchnux to Monica D to Woomus, like I mean, it could all be jumbled at different points, and it would basically get the same point across. But either way, I'm dying. Okay, let's go to diverse multiverse. Uh, diverse Doki stories. Even though there's an M, which I'm pretty sure was supposed to be diverse multiverse, but now it's diverse Doki stories, and so now I say diverse Doki multiverse. I'm sorry. But I don't know if everyone who would watch this now or in the future knows of this channel. It only has 400 subscribers, which is criminal. You want to talk about what's criminal? The fact that this does not have more subscribers and more like people watching it is criminal. How do you have 2.5 views on this video? And only that's criminal. It is so criminal. Diverse makes really good mods. They're interesting, they're funny, and not only that, I've actually sat down with Diverse in DDLC chats and I've watched him code and work on sprites and coding. Like, yeah, sure, this is just a 32-minute video, and you know, and it took so much longer than it probably would have taken like me to make that same length video because they went over the top on their coding, like every little thing, every little detail, things that people may not even notice. It was all important. It was all necessary. So much dedication is something that I can truly respect because they do stuff that I would never do on my channels. Like I would never go into the idea of making a character blank or look around. If I needed them to do that, I would just say that they did that and that would be passable. But my diverse says no. This is we got to show it. Like this is we can go the extra mile here, and I respect that. It is. I mean, it's just something that I think is really great. Um, so without a doubt, they've earned their place in S rank for me. Whenever they make a new upload, I make sure to watch it. I make sure to at least go around and check it out. I mean, it's really good, really good. Let's see what else you guys, because you guys are so active. That green one looks familiar. Your verse is an S, so yippee, second channel, don't worry. Yeah, it's not expected to be an S60. People don't like the stuff for whatever reason. Diverse makes very well animated mods. I should hate blinking on them. Too creepy. Blinky's the next generation, Sansy. I'm already subbed. That's just the thing. It's like I personally wouldn't want to do that. I focus way too much on my story because that's where my strength is. My coding is not. I'm not as smart when it comes to coding. I usually only learn when I feel like I need something from my story. But that's it. That's where my orientation is. I wanted a outlet to show a story, and that's where I use DDLC mods. Diverse, like the biggest strength is using that same method of outlet for stories, but also to show really good coding. I think it's just really good. Uh, I mean, I'm not. I mean, like I'm not stupid when it comes to coding, and I could learn these things, but Diverse would go the extra mile to show something that is unnecessary. Like you don't have to do it, but he will do it because he knows that it will make it that much better. It'll make it that much more animated and unique. It's unique to his channel. Just like you go to that channel, you're expecting a certain mod, and he presents that well. It's I don't know, call it on brand or something. It's just really good. Okay, I respect the grind because I know what it's like. I've grinded on this like these mods before, like 2 hour Children of the Institute for 3 months. Like I know the craziness that is going through long mods. And being with him while he does that probably has made me biased on making him S, but I will not change it. I don't care what anyone says. Diverse Doki Stories does a good job and has more than earned their place in S rank for me. And last but not least, in the S rank, we have our wonderful Yandere Gaming. Wonderful guy. Um, I found Yandere Gaming through not Our Precious Natsuki. That's the popular one, and I'm waiting for the finale to do a huge binge and a whole bunch of other videos on a live stream. Hopefully with Yandere Gaming present so that, he can give his own commentary on what he knows about, making it. But there was a video called Natsuki Goes Crazy. That's what he was known for. And I watched it, and it was really, really good. And ever since then, I've got to know him more. He did a live stream covering some of my videos, and we've talked about collabs at different times. And I've gotten to see more of his mods. And honestly, he's a good content creator. He's a unique mix for me when it comes to overall. Like, I haven't watched every single one. I've barely scratched the surface on Yandere Gaming's content because when I found him, it was around the time that I focused more on making mods than watching them. And I've been trying to change that because, if you don't have the time to read, you don't have the time to write, as Stephen King would tell me. Uh, but the ones that I did see, I always found to be entertaining. And he was always, it could be anything with his ones. It could be something really goofy, or it could be something very serious. And I would love to see, those different interpretations because it's the best of both worlds. That's what I wanted to do. When I first made my channel, I was like, I want a channel that has content that is a variety so that anyone who goes to the channel can find at least something that they enjoy. I have fairly succeeded in that goal, but I haven't uploaded enough to accomplish it. That's another story. Yandere Gaming is pretty great. I think I've met him as a person. I think he's really a good person, really cool dude. I think that he makes good stories, good mods. Uh, he's one of the good aspects of the community. He shows that camaraderie, in trying to help and to critique and to be a good sport. I mean, he's really a good staple of the community, and I just like him. He's earned his place in S rank. I put him there for a reason. I could have easily, you could easily put any of these people wherever you want, but that what six? That's these guys. That's it. These are the Dokitubers that I would go out of my way to watch the most and enjoy the most and have the most influence from, and I think are just great. But that's just me. You guys become friends with him. He shows his own bits too. Oh god, no, that's crazy. My sub two, don't try to catch me lagging twice. Damn. So let's move on to A. Now, what does A mean for me? What A means for me is basically the same as S, except that I'm not going to go out of my way to watch every single video they make. They would have to make a video that specifically intrigues me because sometimes they'll do things that are different, or there's another reason. I still like them. I still enjoy their content. I still think they're a great DDLC creator. Um, but not everything is for me, and we can go to different reasons for each one. So for the first one here, you may look at this and you're like, I don't know what the fuck this random girl is, and that's fine. The profile picture has changed a lot in the past. Hold on, let me die real quick. Yeah, thank you. Uh, Resurrected, I'm back. Anyhow, this is Strawberry Sauna. If we go back and scroll all the way down, we can find Strawberry Sauna, like 100K. They're also on the um, Monica D's tier list, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I almost forgot about them on my list because like I didn't know whether to consider them DDLC content because as you can see, not everything is DDLC related, but a fair portion is because the person who makes this is a very good Natsuki impression and has made a lot of videos with that. Not only that, I think they earn their place in A not just because they have a really good impression, use that for certain videos like this, but they also made, I'd have to probably scroll down forever to find it, but they made rap battles between the Dokis and other characters. And I tell you what, it was pretty amazing. I don't know why. How long do I scroll down before I find it? Gosh, it is somewhere. It's like Yuri versus Natsuki, Monika versus Sayori, GDLC versus oh yeah, Bitchsuki. Yeah, there's a lot of good ones. I should probably have sorted these from popularity. Yep, there it is, right there. I should Yuri and Atsuki rap battle, Sayori and Monika, Miyuki Sone versus Monika. They're really cool. I like them. I've listened to them a lot. It's quality content, just quality content. All right. Okay, we're back. I have no regrets about putting them in tier because I watched a lot of their content. I think a lot of their content, when it's specifically DC related, is amazing. Just not all of it is. So, A rank. Now, this channel has changed its name. It's like Season Shong. I have no idea. I don't even want to even begin to think about how I should pronounce it. And I have no idea why there was a change in the name and profile picture, but now it is that. It used to be what most of you will probably be more familiar with, which is Alpine Vortex. Let me check on what you guys have been saying. Whatever. Okay. Nah, man's capping. Apparently I'm lying. So Alpine Vortex is another character that I've referenced in my mods before because they were an inspiration. Where are you? There. They've just recently made a resurgence in uploading, which is why they've been greatly boosted on the tier list because they're back. Their channel is no longer dead. They've made 2 videos in the past 4 to 5 months, and that's pretty great. That's I think that's pretty cool. I haven't watched them, but that looks absolutely terrifying. If I get the time, I'm probably gonna watch it. But I got introduced, of course, to the Dokisuber Curse and Switch Bodies, which is probably one of the best mods ever made. It's every YouTube channel that is like Dokituber channel has that one video that they're known for, that one video that like shines above all the others. Like, yeah, all the other content is like really good, but they usually have that one mod or that one series that they're really well known for. For Bike, it's the Natsuki series. For me, it's Stalker. For Alpine Vortex or Su Sing Su, it is the Joker's Curse and Switch Bodies. It is an amazing mod. I know it is an hour and 10 minutes, but it is 110% worth it. See what I did there? They're one of the main influences for my channel, and they're one of the most amazing mods I've ever seen. Great coding, new sprites, really cool, earned their place in A. Now, next up, now of course you see this flower and you're very confused, and I have no idea what the world this is. You would be correct. I don't know what it is either, but it is Demimob. That is exactly who we're talking about at this turn point, who at one point was in the chat. Demimob from the beginning is also a person who has influenced my channel and making my videos because I think that they make really good mods. My favorite being, of course, the Spontaneous Girlfriend series, but they have other series that I've also watched. The Boy at All Girls School is also really good. They also made one mod that like intertwined with I have so they made I don't know if I could find it, but around the time that yeah, this video right here, I finished my Stalker series. They released Return by Death, which is a series that makes a direct reference and tie-in to Stalker, and I thought that was pretty cool, but it also inspired an idea that I did implement in one of my own videos. Sorry, Demimov, for never telling you about that, but in Doki Doki Corruption Part 1, the first part is Natsuki waking up to a nightmare in which she had, lived through the events of the alternate ending. This was all a dream for Corruption. That's how it became canon. That whole idea was created through Demimob's video. So yeah, Demimob was pretty cool. Um, Now of course they're not S because they've had like been on and off on making mods. They've lots of breaks, and it's sad, but it's also completely understandable because I mean, like, it'd be rich for me because like I take breaks and I take moments and it takes time. Uh, but it's just like he makes such good content. It takes a while to get out. But I also, I've seen him on Discord. I've had conversations with him. He's a pretty great guy. And of course, he's inspired the character that is Inspector Demimob as a reference. Really important. That's why it's his A. But haven't is like there's I don't know. There hasn't been too much in the next last his last upload. Oh my gosh, 10 months. Yeah? His last mod was 10 months ago. Haven't seen too much from him, and that's I'm hoping that he makes a comeback with some mods because he's really cool. I think the story says he's really good, and for all of that, he has earned his place in A. Now next is Beluga. Oh yeah, wait, I should actually probably check on what you guys are saying. Bruh, love the Dokituber Star mod. I'm back up funny. Nah, I'm just lazy as fuck. I feel that. But next we got Beluga. I need to focus. Recently reached 10K and did a face reveal. I remember that. Really cool. They were one of course the many channels that would have inspired me because I found them way before I ever started doing. I need to sort this by popular because these are all just live streams. Yep, MC Kid, that's Monica. Yeah, we crazy yandere stuff, crazy, just crazy in general is how I describe most of these, and that was right up my alley. So I watched a lot of these. They're quick, simple, and crazy, and they're most likely a very strong influence on why I wanted to make my Doki Doki Stalker, taking elements from a lot of these different mods here. You know, the yandere, the crazy, kidnapping, killing, unreasonable, even when met with reason. Pretty cool. I like it. Um, but no, I haven't watched their newest videos nor any of their live streams from months ago. Goodness. But yeah, it's good. I like it. And uh, for that, I think it deserves its A rank. That's all I have to say about it. All right. Next up, I'm gonna do its combo dev, which is another one that's a bit interchangeable in this A rank. I don't know where it would go, but I do know that it's some of its tutorial videos did help me out at different points when coding. It wasn't the one who taught me. Dredgenux is the one who taught me with their tutorial mod. They made a mod that was a tutorial. They uploaded it. I know they didn't make the script for it, but they edited it and they uploaded it for convenience, and that's where I learned to code. But whenever there was something in that video that wasn't covered, usually Combo Dead had an answer. So you bet that was useful, and that automatically raises it up to that A rank. But this is, of course, I believe the new Combo Dev. I think there was an old Combo Dev channel that either got some sort of strike or, gosh, I can't remember. Let me see if there's a channels. Because he might have it. I don't know if it got a strike or if it was just like he just wanted to do different content. I can't remember, but he used to have a lot more subscribers. I'm so confident. Um, but yeah, they do good stuff. Of course, the most probably the Monika and Yuri Kidnap MC was probably the one that I'd seen the most and enjoyed the most. And of course, their custom assets tutorial was very helpful. And they also had some mods that were like these tutorials that were dubbed, which is really cool. So, I think that solidifies them in the. What am I doing? Okay, here. A rank. Let's see what you guys are talking about. PK views, MC now. But Coolio. I love seeing references in mods like YouTube names and people in game. Cameos are cool. Yeah, I really like cameos. So next up is Vanamelon. Now, Monica D destroyed. Man, they just said their channel is complete trash. I don't know if I completely agree with that sentiment because of course I have them on A tier. Um, no, I get it. Not everything is DDoC related, and some of this is a bit fan fodder. But there is a bunch of Just Monica. It is very much DDoC content, and the fact that they did this little video where they made the Dokitubers clip, but it's Disney, which is an intro that is basically a parody of the Ghost and Molly McGee. And I'm telling you, it is amazing. I just for that one video, A tier. Without that video, probably B or C tier. But that video brings it up to the A tier. I don't care. That one video makes it for me because it's just really amazing. It's just this. I can't stress it enough. I don't care what anyone says. It's just too good. Now, of course, they do a lot of like this kind of uh, Twitch streamer. Uh, I don't know, avatar, voice chat, whatever for a lot of their videos, where you can just kind of see that you see what I'm saying with like that for their videos, which I think is fine. I think it's cool and interesting because I don't see it done that much, and it allows for the videos to work. Don't have a problem with it. I don't think it's trash. Um, I don't actually remember why Monica D said that this was trash. I probably should have been paying attention more. I was just a little too shocked. Mostly because this video is just amazing. Okay, I don't care what anyone says. This one video right here makes it for me. I don't need anything else. I don't need any other video. The channel could literally just be that one video, and that's all I need. A. End of discussion. Great stuff. Earned its area right there. One video made it funny as hell. VTuber. Yeah, the VTuber thing. The VTuber thing. So next up is Quirksies. I know some people might say it's criminal because I'm pretty sure that Quirksies made #1 on Monica D's list. So Monica D might, I don't know, stab me while I'm sleeping tonight. They just made a new video, like, yeah, a couple days ago. I didn't see the cooking show animation, but I did see the anime opening too. But they've been making some new content recently. They work very hard on it, and they earn a strictly, at the very least, for their creativity. At the very least, and their uniqueness. I have never seen any other YouTube channel, Dokituber channel, Dokituber channel that does this. Very unique, very cool. It's basically like you Woot Mess, but a lot more, you know, what is the word? Visual novel oriented. It is like you were watching a regular DLC mod, but with more visuals than there is novella, not novel, which is really cool. They're funny, they're goofy, they're very well edited. It's a whole process. There's a lot of work that goes in it. I can respect the grind. I can respect the creativity. I can respect that it feels, looks, and sounds like a regular GDLC mod, but it's so different that it's its own unique thing and earns its standing in the community. It earns that almost 50K. Like, seriously amazing. Great stuff. Can't wait to see what they do in the future because it is genuinely amazing, and there's a reason it's on it. Let's see what you guys are saying. Show increases is S tier. It's really crazy editing on his. It is crazy editing. But one of the things he says, of course, I don't watch every video that they release. It's not always for me. I what for because for us for me it was just like either people who strongly influenced me or they're like videos like they would make videos that I would want like rewatch all the time like in Woot Mess or videos that I just really enjoyed mod wise and stuff like that. Whatever it was, whenever they'd make a new upload, I would just like always make sure to reserve time as best as I could to watch that video, to at least keep it in mind so that I'll potentially watch it. Things like that. A tier, I don't do that as much. I do that whenever they make a video that's specifically tailored to something I'm interested in, but I understand that they make really good mods, they have a really good channel, and they earn their place in A. I mean, A is not bad. I mean, A is like 100%. S is just like, because of my own personal opinion and interests, like that 110%. There is nothing to be wrong, like bad about with A. But anyhow, spaghetti. Sorry, not spaghetti. I'm going crazy. Next up, spaghetti, which of course is third here. They I'm working on it. Okay. Oh my gosh, that's so ironic because it's like upload schedules and all that. That's really funny. I really like their videos. I think overall, other than the fan fodder, it's pretty cool, pretty funny. One of the videos that would inspire me, like All Dogs on the Period, MC has a rod, things that I would have watched that, like MC has a rod, was one of the things I thought about when I made Stalker, and I was like, when I make this mod, there's two different sexual scenes in just that one story, and I was like, are we gonna do what Spaghetti did, or are we going to skip over it? And I decided to skip over it because I never wanted to. Because I remember when Spaghetti made like I don't know part 3 or 2 or 4, and it was like he actually went and he like basically made softcore porn on YouTube, and he was like, and he made like a joking reference to the fact that he was, how should I say, excited about it. And I was like, I don't really want anyone to be that excited when watching my videos. I mean, like, I want to be excited that, there's an upload and that they enjoy the content, but I don't know about like about that. So there's that. But I also think that it's comedically horny. There's a lot of horny in this, but there's also a lot of comedic scenes in it that I think is just hilarious. And I cannot wait. I'm going to watch this eventually because that's so cool that they have a specific sprite for salt. That's cool. A rank, easy. And now for Spaghetto. It's also interchangeable with Spaghetti and Spaghetto for me because their content, and my enjoyment of it, is very similar. But of course, Spaghetto usually branches out a lot more, as you can see, from GDLC content. on that channel. But they do make DLC mods that are very well. It's the best way I would describe it is that there's a lot of course, self awareness. Like Monica discovers my YouTube channel. There's a lot of like self awareness in some of these mods. It's like it's whole like world building when someone on like a YouTuber like Bowser makes a video about a Dokituber universe and hopping between those universes. This is really a good fit for it because it is its own universe overall, kind of like bikes. Very cool. I very much enjoy it. I think he makes his own unique sprites, and I think that's also really cool. Uh, it's not my favorite. Not every video is gonna hit it with like it's like hit or miss with me. It's just like, do I really enjoy it or not? It's just kind of hit or miss. But I think that for the most part, I can enjoy the mods. So that's why it's A tier. Not only the inspiration, because Principal Spaghetto, Mr. Spaghetti, things like that. They're references there because they were influences and channels that I really liked. And next is probably one that not. Oh, I should probably check on what you guys are saying. Show Graces S tier. Have you watched anime? No. I was talking about it last stream. David Mob, kinda, not really. Don't answer strict one, but Monica mod. I am indifferent. No one's yelling death threats yet. So this one is Shadow the Red Panda. We're gonna have to scroll a little bit. Ah, here we go. Shadow the Red Panda. You may have never heard of this. That is absolutely fine. They're fucking hilarious. So basically, they just take a really funny video from the internet. Like the one that I found was. I'll go all the way down and see if I can find it. Where is it? Don't tell me they deleted it. I will cry. It was so good. They will use the visual novel aspect, but they would add audio from older videos. Like one of them was a TF2 thing. Like it was the whole "This is a bucket, dear God, there's more." No, or the bubbles joke from SpongeBob SquarePants the movie. They might have deleted it. They might have gotten some sort of strike or something like that. That's totally possible. But it's good. And that is like motivation. Like that's a good example of it. You can go to it. It's an audio that you probably can recognize, um, but with the DLC characters overlaid on it, very well made. I really enjoy it. Check them out. Check them out. See if you like them. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. But that's why like I enjoy those videos. Like when I watch them, I find myself enjoying it a lot, like a lot. So I was like, I should probably just put it in A tier, which is why it's in A tier. Are a lot of them about? No, not November. What's the point? Well, a lot of it is going to be about. We, yeah, we're. I'm sure just about every single one of the big ones is made in no, not November. Heck, I haven't made one yet, but I probably will. Who knows? November's coming up. Um. Anyhow, with that, we're gonna go to the B tier. Now, what does B tier mean? Does that mean they're not as good? Not really. That's not really what I'm meaning to say here. What I'm meaning to say is that usually these people make good content, in my opinion, content that I will watch, but they either didn't have as much as there's usually a reason for why they're not like A or S, but B is usually good. They are good. I enjoy it. I watch the videos from time to time. Some of them I've known and had conversations with. They're great people. Uh, I'll give my reasons. The first one in B is Bowser. Let me see if we can pull up. His is going to be further down because I've only found about it recently. Here, Bowser only has like 300 subscribers, which is criminally low considering that he made the really cool let's see Doki tuber multiverse, like the ultimate crossover for Dokitubers. Like you think my references are cool? This guy like made a whole series that is just about references. Really cool in of itself. Also, really great guy. Um, when it comes to the mods, I think he does a really good job at making good ones. I think that he is just I mean we're just waiting. We're just waiting for more people to find him because I mean he makes good content. You'll watch it, you'll enjoy it, you'll subscribe. I have the utmost confidence that that will happen. I mean he's a good content creator. Not only that, his content has a lot of personality. He is named Bowser for a reason. And he has, channels like Bowser Do So on Memes, Family Guy, and more. Family Guy's there for a reason, because in a fair amount of his mods, you'll find Family Guy characters as sprites. He has them there. It's unique, and its character, he has his own brand. It's very unique, and I think that should put him in B. He is a good Dokituber. It is good, very good. Uh, and that's what I tell at the top. It's like I was like teeter tottering on A or B. I was teeter tottering on it. Like if you really wanted me, like you could push me and I could put it there. Like it's not like the like I could just leave him there just because like it's teeter tottering. Like he's like right on the edge for me. Like it could be there, it could be here. So he's either the top of B or one of the A's. Like it's one of those because it's I enjoy the content. Uh, I'd never expected there to be Family Guy. It was a bit of a shock, and that might have caused me to put it on B eventually because it was just something I wasn't used to. But the more I got used to it, the more I found it comedic. I think he makes it work. Uh, it's unique. It's good. I'll leave him an A for now, unless you guys disagree. I should actually see what you guys are saying. So let me see. You're watching Bowser's turn. He's smaller, kind of like I am. Me too. I believe Bowser should be A, but this is still your tier race. It's like, yeah, I'll put him in A because I think that I've watched enough that I enjoy him enough for A. I'll leave him there. But now we're going to B again. TSWC. I had two of TSWC. This is the plus, and I was going to put them in NA because there are no videos on that channel. You may think that I'm joking, but no, look, there's two. If you go to plus, there's nothing here. This was originally supposed to be where he would upload DLC mods, but now it says that this is where he's going to upload collabs. With oh look, there's my name and Nightwing. Very interesting. So he knows us. Yeah, we pals. I actually just talked to him about a mod idea. He's back. We go to TSWC, which is now what we're going to be talking about. You know, he's making mods again. It's been 4 days, but he is back. He is doing stuff. I talked to him. He showed me what he has planned, and it is very. I'm not going to say much. I don't want to spoil anything, but it is very bold. It is going to be a very. I think it's going to take a lot of effort. But we talked about it. He wanted to. I don't know if he's going to make it into a collab or not. I have no idea. But I came up with a lot of stuff to help. Like we talked about ideas and we threw them around. So hopefully he'll like mention my name somewhere so that because we had our discussion on the story because it's going to be something pretty great. I think he's got something really unique that's going to be worth the wait. It's almost been a year since his last mod, which is crazy. But I knew him before all this, the final DLC mod, and I've also met him, and he has good ideas and he has good stories. But damn, was that year his main reason that he's in B. The main reason he's in B is because he's made me wait a whole year, and he also has a pretty bad track record of starting ideas and not finishing them, and that's a whole other thing. Because I can tell you right now, we had like I'm making it because it was like we Nightwing, me, Tyler TSWC, and a whole bunch of other people were gonna come together and make a huge mod. We were called the S Team. He says like S Team members. Here we are. We're gonna make something pretty cool. It never came to fruition. I spent like a good like couple hours making a whole like actual like multiple episode story that was really epic, and then it was just never gonna see the light of day. So with his permission, it's gonna be a collab, and it's just gonna go on my channel eventually. Then later on, he wanted to collab on some analog horror. I was going to do some voice lines. That never went to fruition. So that is probably why I feel about putting him in B tier. It's nothing against the guy. I mean, life happens. I mean, it happens. School, work, whatever, family, surgery, moving, whatever the excuse. There, we're not being paid here. There's no crazy obligation. But that would be my reasoning for the B. It is still good content, but it is limited. Hopefully that will change in the near future. I have high hopes. Let me see. I don't know. Very flattered. Thank you, New York City. Interesting. Oh hell yeah. Okay, so next up is Mr. Lighthearted, who was kind of tough. I had to really think about it. So Mr. Lighthearted is one of the people that inspired me. I think that they have one video that is my favorite, which is the I don't think I ever watched that, but I'm pretty sure that's probably their most popular. It's the Manhunt mod. It's literally them playing the game Manhunt. But damn, is that a good mod? And that made me, of course, immediately like, we gotta subscribe, and I would watch some of their videos. Their last video was over a year ago, and when you go to the community post, their last one was about a year ago. The channel is dead. There has been no activity. I have no idea what happened to Mr. Lighthearted. For all I know, he actually got killed by Mr. Burns. Turns out that my stalker story was all true, based on real events. Very crazy. Um, I have no idea, but he was one of my, of course, inspirations. So of course I had to include him, and that's why at the very least he's B. But because he hasn't done anything, like I mean, I have no idea what happened to him. He was like just making content, and like his last mod was like, oh yeah, I'm super excited about what new things I'll be making, and then it just stopped. Probably because of life, but he just never picked it back up, and that's just crazy to think about. It's just we'll probably never. It's like at this point, I feel like it's fair to say we might never see a new video from Mr. Lighthearted again, at least for a very long time, because it's been a year, and it will be years eventually. I don't know exactly because it won't be like a year in certain months. It'll just tell you it was 1 year ago. It won't be until we hit the anniversary that it'll say 2 year. But because it's dead, I couldn't put it in A. I put it in B. That's the main reason. Uh, but it's still good content. Still good Dokituber. Next, you prepared a little optimistic. Oh, really? Yes, it seems that you are Next 67 and you're here. I should probably say something nice. Um, uh, here we are. Okay. Have I watched a lot? Hell no. I haven't watched hardly any of the mods. I've watched maybe one or two. I think it's really cool that he's included some of the new sprites like Himari. There, see, I think it's pretty cool. Very excited about that actually because I want to watch that one of these days. Of course, I've also, as like Discord allows me to meet some of these people, and most of the time it's like great, great guys, wonderful, and good. My friends are busy. I think overall they make good content, good mods, and I think at the very least they deserve the place of B for being good. I can't analyze the videos because I haven't watched enough to give it proper analyzation, but I've watched enough to say that I'm interested. I am very interested. At the very least, I am interested. They keep up to consistent uploading, as you can see just in the times, which is better than I could say. They have good ideas. It's cool. I think we can expect a lot of very cool and interesting things. I don't have much to say because I don't know as much. I'm sorry. Don't get mad at me, please. SFG67, I've been watching your fun ones. Be honest, they are funny. It's like I'm not. It's like there's nothing. It's like and I'm not being like dishonest. It's like the honesty is like I haven't seen enough to make a complete good verdict, which is why I stuck with B because I thought it was safe. Uh, this is like I don't know the content as well enough to be like, oh yeah, this is A S amazing, perfect, and I don't think it's like crap as how it's like, D F. It's like it's just like I think it's good. I think the content is good. From what I have seen, it is good. And just about the same could be said for Sanzies. I've met Sanzi in Discord as well, and I've talked to Sanzi, and I've helped look at some of his mods and talk to him. Cool guy. I really enjoy him. And his mods are also good. They are good mods. From the one that I was able to help experience, which was one of these, I think it was this one, part 2 of Monday Misery. We went through it, had a very fun time while he was making it. Uh, Very good mod, very good story. Overall, it's uh, there's only so much I can have in 10 minutes, but I do think overall that it is really cool. And I also think he has very good ambition. That's the word I was thinking of for Tyler TSWC. His new idea is very ambitious, not bold, it's ambitious. So is Sanzi here. He's very ambitious. He's talked to me. I don't know if it'll actually happen, but talking about voice acting to go into his videos, kind of like what Combo Dev used to do. Very excited to see if that happens because I think that's really cool. Moving on. I've never heard. Well, hit me. Which was hard to make because writer's block, but oh well. Let's see. And next is, of course, Canemonger. When we told him that he was a Dokituber, he was kind of like, "Wait, what? I'm a Dokituber?" It's like my own DDLC mod slash videos, and there's only two. Yeah, I get it, but there is two, and that's better than zero. So you're there, and you also react to a lot of other gaming. You're a gaming channel first and foremost, but there is a lot of content that is specifically related to DDLC. The main thing that influences my input on him is because I've actually met him. He's a pretty great guy. He's pretty cool, and my fiance Bernerka, Kmonger is probably her favorite Dokituber because when we started getting into like I started getting into you becoming a modder. I mean, of course, like her favorite's gonna be me, but like if it had like if she was gonna watch a video, sit down, she would at least used to watch Kane Monger's videos. So I was like, that's gotta be at least a B tier for that. So because of her input and how much I value her input, we got a Kane Monger and B. That's all I've got to say about that because I don't know much else. I'm sorry. She's the person who introduced me to Kane Monger. I didn't know Kane Monger existed until Veruca showed me that they did. So, yeah. You want voice acting? I got a vid for that ready to upload already. Just got to get it through editing. It's like, yeah, I was excited. I know you were talking about it, talking to other Dokitubers about them voicing their own characters and such. I was like, that's really cool. Very ambitious. Anyhow, a few seconds to live. Let's see if we can find them. There they are. I found them and watched one video and was immediately like, oh my gosh, this is really dark and I love it. I wonder, I always check. That's not even a Dogi channel anymore. You can tell it's like, it's in the, so I'm gonna be real quick. I actually should point this out. So this guy and this guy right here, these two, they're both in Monica D's like list for Dokituber channels. I checked them both out. This guy doesn't do DLC content anymore. They do creepypasta analog horror stuff. And this guy is the React channel for DLC mods, which we already have a fair amount of. So I didn't have anything new or interesting to say, so I didn't add them. But anyhow, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about a few seconds to live. I can't remember which mod it was I watched. Damn, was it dark? It was around because around the time the few seconds to live, the person behind it was saying that they're going to take a break. That they were like, yeah, this is probably gonna be it, and I was like, oh crap, that's so sad because I watched this and it was really intense and really good. Um, but I haven't gotten back to them because of that. I haven't uploaded in a year. Seems that they're also in the end. Yeah, it seems they're also in the lighthearted area of Dead. So, that's why they're there. Let me see what you guys are saying about this. Pages of Less is very good and interesting. I'm scared to watch part 3 and onward. So, yee. Of course, next is this guy. Like, your thing is like, what in the world is this? That's fine because he's, I don't know if he's new, but he's new to the Dokituber scene at least. Because I don't know if he's just started. I actually have to check the date, but this is his channel. How many videos outside of this? This is how many videos. Christmas River, that's really cool, but my main thing is the Team Fortress 2 plus Studio C mods. I've watched them, and I find them really funny. What can I say? Sayori as a scout is pretty hilarious. You've got the heavy with Buffsuki, and you've got. I mean, it's funny. It's not dubbed over like I would want with the Shadow of the Red Panda stuff, but it's still pretty cool. It uses some of the original music from TF2, and overall, it's pretty funny. I just enjoy it. Okay, I personally watched these videos and was like, this is amazing. I've got to subscribe, and I've got to have them in the B tier. So that's why he's there. There's no other real explanation. Well, Bernard, I'm gonna leave chat now. Have a good rest of your stream. Thanks for including me. Oh yeah, no problem. The point of this was to hopefully include just about every Dokituber that there is, at least every single one that I know of, because there's a lot. There's a lot. There's like 50 of you guys here. So anyhow, let's keep going. This is Hinatin, I believe I'm pronouncing that right. Right here. They do animations, which is really cool. Um, I mean, that's really funny skit animations they draw it. I think that they're pretty funny, and that's pretty. I think it earns its place in B because it's unique. There's a lot of effort that goes into animation. I know that Nerka goes into animation at times, for animatics like this. Uh, so I respect it, appreciate it, and think it's pretty cool. Let's yeah. Run on like one punch. I'm pretty sure someone's gonna get mad because it's criminal. Like this guy's like one of the most successful Dokitubers ever, and I'm putting him in B. I'm just good, and that's probably because most of their content isn't DDCs related as much anymore. Okay, well, there goes that statement. Goodness, only 100 views. Goodness, what happened? And not to mention that it's like they're very much a gaming channel first, DDLC channel kind of 1.5-ish. Lots of stuff here, original content, they like to do where they, review different mods that have been made and they make their own, which I think is very unique and I think it's earned its place in popularity. But it's not something that I go out of my way to watch too much. I apologize for that, but that immediately just puts him in a B for me. But I did reference him in one of my mods because I do think he's earned uh, that place in DDC. I believe he is a good Dokituber, but I don't have much more to say. Harry LLC. Who is that? Well, if you pay attention to Yandere Gaming, you'll probably know this person because I'm pretty sure they're friends. I am pretty sure I got that reference right. Oh my gosh, that's the character from. Oh my god, that's creepy. I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Search channels. Nope. So I can't check if I'm right. They still upload, and they still upload fairly good content. I think it's good. Because when I started, like when I first found this channel because of a shout out from I think it had to have been either Yandere Gaming or Monika D. I'm pretty sure it was Yandere Gaming. I'm pretty sure, and I've also met the guy. He's pretty cool. But he also like originally his video was not about Dokituber stuff. It was about it was random like shit. Was like the original like icon was one of the Eds from Ed, and Eddie. I love her right there. Not trying to assume. So that's why they're the MB. I think they do good, but I mean, I don't know as well enough to say like A or S. Next up, is Paladin. I haven't watched a single one. I think it's good because of the dedication. That's my main thing. Look at this, episode 32 of A Disturbance in the Code. I, what? 32 in the same story is crazy. That's a lot of parts. The only other series I can think of off the top of my head that would have that many parts is one of Bike series, maybe. Like I'm pretty sure those are in the 20s now. I don't even think they've hit the 30s. I don't. That's some dedication to a story, and it's just one story. That's what this is. This is what it's all been about. It was 30. This guy had one story that they really and they just it just keeps going. It's a whole story. I think that's really interesting, really cool, and that in of itself puts it in the B rank for being good. That would be how I would say. Next up is Night Doki. I'm not biased. I try not to be biased for this ranking. They've only made 3. This is very new. This is Nightwayne. It probably channel. It should be in channels. No, but it's not. He's Nightwayne. Whenever I use the character Nightwayne, this is the person I'm referencing. He was the first person I ever met in the DLC community. Before he was a Dokituber, he's a gaming YouTuber, and he's also British. A lot of people I've been talking about actually are British, but that's not the point. Um, uh, he's pretty great. He's one of my friends, I could say now. I mean, I've known him since like the beginning of my channel at this point, and I helped him create his first mod. I remember waking up in the morning and getting on a call with him, still eating my breakfast, talking to him about what was going to happen in the first part, trying to help him code it and write it, and so now the rest is history. I was able to help him become a Dokituber. I think that's really cool. He's got a really unique series that's coming out. We have a collab idea that hopefully will come out sooner or later, and all sorts of different little things. And there's a reason that he is referenced as a character. It's because he's a friend. Um, a friend that I gained from being a YouTuber like this, of course, but it's just, and that probably has influenced my B decision. It's just like he's new to it, he's not as experienced with it, but I think he has good ideas. So B, good. I recommend you checking him out. I think that it's worth it in the end. Uh, so I don't know. I'm really excited because I know that I've talked to him about all sorts of different ideas, and he's just a generally great guy. Anyhow, last not least, but in the B is just art. Just found out about them today, and I'm glad I did. You want to know why? Because they're really cool. Basically the same thing as before. They do art. They do skits with DLC, and they're dubbed, and they're pretty funny. They're really fun. I think my favorite one that I recently saw was the Zoom call made 6 months ago. I thought it was pretty hilarious. They do good content. It's a unique animating style. There's a lot of passion that goes into these characters. I think at the very least it has earned its B ranking for its uniqueness, its creativity, and good videos. What did I do? No, wait. This is supposed to be here, I think. Anyhow, this is C tier. Welcome for those who have made it. I know that this has been a long stream so far, but here we are. What does C mean? C means I don't know, or there's a reason. Some of these, there is a reason, because I actually have seen them. But a fair portion of these, I don't know them. I haven't seen enough of their content to really make at any point a real jurisdiction on is it good or bad. Um, and you're going to see that in a bit. So I went for C. C, middle of the line, 70%. You passed. You passed as your Dokituber, and you make content, and it's at least relatively good. Like there's nothing to say that it's really great, or entertaining or really bad. It's C. It's right smack dab in the middle because I can't discern whether it'd be really good or really bad. So we're gonna stick with the middle. First one's Dogi Queen. I actually have seen some of their videos. They're on C because uh, okay, well, let's just go to the channel. The last mod that I saw from them was a long time ago. It was about a chibi potion, and it was pretty dark at the end, but it also had a very, I mean, dark and also somewhat lewd ending, and I don't know how I feel about that. But it works. I mean, it says flirting with MC gone wrong. I should probably watch that. I should. That's a popular upload, and I don't know what that is. Having fun with like, yeah, 18, yeah, it's common. This isn't the first, it won't be the last, and it's nowhere near as like we've just wait until we get the end of C tier. You think like that is so to like be like grossed out or else it's not. This is just that fan fodder, and it has its its ups and its downs, and at the very least, it's entertaining. Uh, let's see. It's right. It's average. It's in the middle for me, and I do like their content to an extent. That's why I added Officer Doki Queen. That's why they're at the top of that C. They're like teeter tottering. Caesar Madrazo. Oh my gosh. Not amazing or life chasing, but cool. Yeah, C for cool. Yeah, we'll go with that. Caesar Madrazo. I have not watched these videos. I should. Everyone says they're amazing. I have not. Maybe I'm just intimidated by the amount. Maybe one day I'll make a live stream where I just watch a whole bunch, but I just haven't. I just I should. It's popular. I haven't gotten around to it. I apologize. So that's why they're in C because I don't know. Candy Leia, this is interesting. So I have not watched. I tried. I tried to watch their No Nut November video because I thought it would be interesting. And it helped. Just the title made me spur an idea that I thought was pretty fairly interesting that I might do if I ever wanted to do a No Nut November video. But I've heard pretty negative things. Apparently Canada is a bit mean towards certain people. I don't know. I have never met them, but apparently other people have, and there's issues and drama, and I have no idea. But they do mostly reacting to other people's mods, and they make some of their own. I tried to watch one about No Nut November, and I couldn't finish it. I couldn't even start it. It spent like 5 minutes, and I mean that 5 minutes, trying to make sure that you knew that the topics or ideals shown were not their own. And while I think like that first beginning disclaimer is worthy if you're really worried. I mean, I don't even know what disclaimer was for. I didn't finish. I didn't even watch the actual story. I was so bored that I was like, this isn't worth it. I don't know how long this is. It could go on for more than that. I didn't finish it. I just said, you know what? I'm I'm good. I got bored and I clicked away because I thought it was a bit over dramatic. There was a disclaimer. If someone in the comments wants to yell about whatever you're saying, like you own it, you could just respond to be like, "Did you not see the beginning disclaimer?" It's like that should have been it, but no, it was not enough, and I was just like, "This is ridiculous," because it is ridiculous. There's nothing that you could have put in this mod that is so horrifyingly shocking that you needed 5 minutes of disclaimer. Because even like I make characters and they do all sorts of questionable things. When Yuri says that it's okay to kill someone for love, I'm not saying that I myself believe that. Or when MC does something stupid, I'm not saying that I think it would be wise to do what MC does. There's a bit. I've seen Insane Series in school with the most recent parts. Confused. So yeah, but I haven't seen like just sat down and watched one of these videos, so I can't properly judge on if the content itself is really good or bad. So that's why it's in C because I can't discern. Some people say it's really good. Some people say it's not so good. Some people say the creator isn't good. And some people think they're great. I don't know. I think there's a lot of drama, and I think it's a bit of a touchy subject for some people. So we're just going to move on to Afro. All right. I was in this stream for less than 5 minutes before someone said that it was an abomination for me to put Afro Zero in C. And you want to know why? It's because I've never watched one of these videos. I clicked on this channel and saw a whole bunch of him reacting to stuff and not enough of him making his own stuff. And I was like this video's like, I don't know if he, like, this is reacting. I am so confident. Someone said Vigilante. Did he make Vigilante and then he reacted to the game that he made? I don't know. Cousin, yeah, see, this is him playing a game. This is his custom. See, these are the ones that he's made, and that's all great. Oh, that is not a lot. There's your reasoning. That's why he's C. Because for the most part, he's reacting to other people's mods. And when I think of a Dokituber, the first thing I'm going to think of is making your own custom DLC mods. I do think these are probably really good. I do probably think that these have class and are really good videos. But, I don't want to say. If I was going to watch Vigilante, I'd probably watch Biju Mike playing it. Unless, is someone going to correct me? Hey, Bernard, hi. Does anyone want to correct me? Does anyone want to say that the Vigilante is he created it? I don't think he did. Doesn't look like it. I think he just made videos of him playing it, which is fine. A lot of Dokitubers do that. I'll probably end up doing it myself. But the thing is, it's like there's a mix, react and play and make. And when your channel is more about playing something rather than making it, the story, I don't know if I would consider that as much as a Dokituber as I would a gaming channel. And that's fine. I think that content is still worthwhile. I still think the content's still worthwhile, and I think it's good to bring in like really good mods like what Dokituber Vigilante and so on. But I also think that it's just what I think of, and that's why it's my personal opinion when it comes to Doki tubers and listing them. So that's just me. I'd argue Zero is more of a streamer than a mod creator. You see what I mean? Yeah, that's what I think of mod creator when I think of Dokituber. I don't think of streamer. I don't think of people who play mods. I think of people who make mods. Played my mom. I enjoyed the feedback. What mod did you make that they reacted to? Which one was that? Tell me when you get the chance. So that's why they're in C. Nothing great, nothing horrible. Just cool. This, maybe look at this. I wonder what in the world it is. It is. It does stand for like DDLC, DDLK. It's like the lover kitten. That's what it is. It's like Doki Doki lover kitten or something like that. It's where is it? I know it's somewhere. I don't know why I can't find it. Doki Doki lover kitten. Yep, I was right. Okay, here we go. This is the channel. Not as many mods. There's about two. Of course, oh my gosh, you could see some concepts for Elena. Because the person behind this is Elena, the character, the person. When you go to Reddit and you get the sprite, the redditor who posted it, the person who made it, the person who's behind Elena is this person. So that automatically gets at least C, which is why it's in C. They haven't done too much coding and mod making for Dokitubering, but I mean they made a freaking character. That's gotta be worth something. So yeah, that's cool. That tier list seems too broad. I do agree that Dokitubers are people who make their own DDC mods rather than just play ones others made. Fallen for You. Okay, that's really cool. Slender Slayer. If I go to the hold on. Well, fine. Hold on. Am I Slender Slayer? Boop. Aha. Where is it? It's somewhere. So it's like a bunch of Fallout stuff. I don't know where the mod is. Oh, we're just gonna have to go to videos then. Hold on. I know we're taking a detour, but it's probably not on this channel. It's probably on another channel. It's like I know I didn't recognize the channel name. Well, wait, hold on. It was the older versions of it, so it's not exactly impressive, but it's definitely great to see it's received. Fallen for You. Okay, well, let's do that. You'll see Fallen for You. Well, there's Chungy. You didn't upload this? Is this just a downloadable mod, I assume, then? I'm not a Dokituber. Yeah, you made it, and it's downloadable. And I'm just an idiot. Okay, well, thank you. But yeah, Dokituber may be a bit of a broad, but Dokituber in general usually means someone who makes content that is related to DDLC. But usually when I think of it, I think of someone who either makes mods or intellectual property that's based off of DLC. Like, Wootmess doesn't make mods, but he makes his own original DLC content. It's not reacting to someone's content. He is doing the content. It's not making it's I don't know, it's weird. It's a slippery slope. But next is this guy. I can't remember their name. I've met them on Discord. They're a colorful character, as you can tell by the icon. Savage Central Redux does reviews, as I was just talking about. Mod reviews, commentaries, short mods they got here. So it's not all, of course. Uh, it's it's mostly him just like talking about it and reviewing it. But Mongo D high props, and I've met the person, so I felt it was worth it to put them on the list. And of course, I mean, look at this banner. This is if this isn't a Dokituber channel, I don't know what is. But they're C for that reason. They haven't made their own mods. They've been reacting to them. They're taking it at a story and coding perspective and talking about it, which I think has its own like value. You know, Bijou Mike, I didn't put in this because I don't consider him a Dokituber channel. I consider him a gaming channel. But he does talk about DDLC mods all the time, so it's unique. Um, C. Okay, here we go. We just made a live stream about this guy, NCS07. He does do DDLC content, and most of the popular ones are usually pretty. It's usually the elevator ones. That's the one I've seen, and they're interesting and they're very random. A lot of his content, when it comes to stories, is just very random. Whatever random thing can happen, it just kind of does for comedic shock value, which seems to have worked in his favor. But he's also a good part of the community. I mean, he's earned his place and he's helped influence, I'm sure, tons of other creators when it comes to dokitubers. I mean, I knew about him, and he also has made videos talking about other dokitubers. Like, if it weren't for him, I would never have learned that Serious Smiley Face had done such an awful thing. Uh, so I have to give him props for that. Of course, one of his latest videos has been fairly controversial, not to me specifically as much as it was to a majority of other people, but I still want to talk about it because I thought it was interesting. That's another thing. But because of all of that, controversy, types of videos, and influence, they deserve their rank in C for me. Now this is Mons. Next up is Monsenori. You may not know those people. They have 19 subscribers. That's not good because they make pretty fairly good content. I believe the one that I found them on was which one? Let's see. Why can't I find it? Life is fun. Let me see. I could have sworn this was the person who made the Sarah gets stuck to a ceiling fan. Well, either way, I don't know then. If it's not that, then I don't know. Which means that I don't know. Why is it? Okay. Which means that's why it's C. I don't know. I'm sorry I couldn't give any more in depth. Of course, next up was the Distraught Slave, which is down here. I found them randomly, and they looked very grim and dark. I mean, all of these look very grim and dark. Chapter. Wait, chapter. Oh, this is a huge thing, isn't it? Cool. Yeah, I think it's earned its C. It's a huge story. It's dark. It's interesting. It's cool. But that's all I know. And Scissors. Seven of the other ones, though. Only really know this, the drug videos, and of course the elephant in the room. Sands of Papyrus, they've earned my sub. So next up is one that I found and met. Uh, I've met them on Discord. I've seen the new mods. Of course, recently they've been doing a lot of Genshin Impact, taking a note out of Monica D's book and playing a lot of that. But there is, of course, DDLC content to be seen. They did do some reactions and reaction to other mods like the Natsuki and Chill mod, and of course, other ones that there are their own. And they're all right. It's just all right. He's a pretty chill dude. I like him. Let's see. Old DDLC coder on YouTube. Yeah, it's like, it's just, he's C. Not crazy good, not crazy bad. It's just, it's cool. This guy, do I remember his name? No, because I don't. I think that's Igo's. No, it's not. It's Raph. Raph, who makes content. Yes, I remember Raph. Have I watched any of them? I think I watched this. A Week with Yuri prologue, and that was a year ago. And of course, that was the first one that came out. And then now there's all these other ones that I need to catch up on. It was a really good mod, actually. I'll probably have to change this later on if I go and watch that series because I remember that prologue being pretty good. But for now, See, because I don't know. I hope you're sensing a common theme. Of course, next up is Orber. I added them because technically they're the Dokituber channel, but these are reaction videos to their the other people's mods. Do they make their own mods? I don't know. I can't tell. But they're popular, right? The seven, almost 8,000 subs, but it's just like, have they made their own mod? Is reacting to DLC mods a Dokituber? Kind of, at least a little bit. I mean, there's just like it's more of a gaming channel that's specifically oriented towards DDLC. I mean, at the very least, it's a Dokituber, but it's not one that I would find myself watching that much, which is why, even though it's probably good content, I have a good feeling on that, I wouldn't watch it as much, making it a C. Here's my vase. I met them on Discord. They're pretty nice. Uh, I'm pretty sure if this is the Yuri that I can't tell. There's like two or three on YouTube, and I can't tell which is which because they're all using the same base name. I'm pretty sure I watched this one. It's pretty good, which is why it's C. But they're also potentially, I'm not 100% sure, the inspiration for the Massive Magnum mod because they made a comment on one of my live streams in Resident Evil, my Resident Evil 1 playthrough. The character Barry has a very large magnum, and Yuri decided to comment asking why they had such a massive revolver. And I was like, well, no, actually, it's a magnum. It's actually a massive magnum. And then that's the moment that the joke clicked, and we joked around with the idea for about 30 minutes, maybe. And then I was like, we're going to make this into a mod. And so I did. I'm pretty sure. Actually, there's a good way to find out. Hold on. Just real quick. We'll take a quick detour. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Here. Go to the video, pause that. I don't need to know about the ad, I just need you to have it paused. And yep, it's not the right one. This is the Yuri. So this Yuri right here is the one that inspired it. But, close enough. So I was wrong. I'm sorry, guys. I was wrong. But either way, because I don't know anything else about the channel, see. PV. Recently found them. So here, they make goofy videos. That's all I know. So C. And, ooh, yeah, Alia. They're also here. I don't know anything about them either. They make a lot of mods. I think looks really cool. I think it has a lot of potential, but I don't know enough to make my own decision, so C. And then the I don't it's this is Sands of Papyrus. They've earned my sub. Give me the name, please. I forgot. Oh, you mean Montanuri? Monastery? Let me see. This guy, Mosanuri, Mosanuri. Be their 20th subscriber. Anyhow, this is MG is on DDLC. Now, I haven't watched their newest videos because I was pretty darn well traumatized by the first couple. How to eat cereal with milk juicy mod. It's literally MC getting milk like a baby would, if you know what I mean. Not only is that the subject matter of the video, it is visually shown through a custom background image, kind of like how in the original DDLC, when an event would happen, it would just become a background, and you would see uh, Yuri reading her book, and you'd be sitting next to her, right? That happened in the original game. It was like that, but it was their own custom thing, and it was a very, very inappropriate one, and it just borderline doesn't qualify to be appropriate on YouTube. Very I could go to it right now. I could prove it to you. You think I'm joking? That it is there. It is a thing. It's it happens. And he does it again. Yep. And again. And it's just it's a thing. and I don't know how I feel about that. It's maybe, I mean, like, I get, like, the fact that it's very, like, clickable, it's, like, interesting, but, like, it's also, like, oh boy, I have the same feeling around it as I feel about the MC Has a Rod, but they went to extra lengths to provide visuals, which I don't know how I feel about. So because of that, bottom of C. Like, I don't know. I don't want to be mean. It's just like, oh, bash on them, because I mean, they had to put effort into making those regular sprites and backgrounds and things like that. But gosh, if it couldn't have been for something more wholesome. Getting milk like a baby would. Sorry, I'm sorry. What? Yeah, okay. I think that's how I would sum this up. It's a thing. It happens. That's what they decided to do. I don't know how I feel about it. Let's just move on to the D tier. Now, what is D tier? It's content that is either it's mostly just like, yeah, it's DDLC technically, but it's just like I would never be caught watching it, most likely. No offense. I don't mean to do offense. I just I just don't. And of course the first one here is Cyanide. I used to watch them, but then their channel became a review channel. Not just a review from us, but a review of anime. They took sprites and did some editing for the Cyanides and Friends stuff and the Cyanide reviews. My Hero Academia, they're talking about it, and they have a voice actor for Natsuki, and they do stuff, and it's like its own creative little thing. But I have no interest. They did do their own mods at one point though, so and it's cool. There's TDLC is there. It's just I have no interest or care in that specific stuff. I probably would if I was more of an anime fan. Like I totally get branching out and doing your own thing, and I encourage it. I'm probably going to do it myself one of these days, not on my main channel, but on a secondary channel to just explore some of my interests, and of course talk, because that's just something that I'm interested in, and it seems to be doing him very well. But because I personally am not as interested as much in anime as others, just it isn't my thing. Reddit, shut up. YouTube, shut up as well. You want to keep going? Okay. Next up is the Doki King. Now, why would I like the Doki Queen but not the Doki King? Because Doki King is dead channel. That's what it is. They haven't uploaded in like a year. It's just this is. I mean, it's just you would. I mean, like it's there and it is content, but it's a dead channel. I have no great interest. If I wanted to watch, I'd probably just go for the Doki Queen. Don't know why, but I would. Next up is Monica P. The little Monica. That's what that is. And it's just a bunch of videos. Goofy ones, meme ones, shitposty ones, Obunga. Ugh. And it's just like, well, what's particularly wrong about this one? And it's because Monica D actually kind of helped influence that. It's because this is basically just a ripoff of Monica D, and they have no shame in that. And that's just what they want to do. And I was like, there's a point between taking inspiration and just flat out seeing what one person does and doing it, like what I'm doing with this live stream. Oh my gosh, I've become the Monica P. I'm just taking Monica D's ideas, making a live stream about tier lists. I am now the Monica P. Monica D would talk to me about it because I don't know anything about this channel. It's like it's basically just a ripoff of me, and they just do their own thing, and they just blatantly don't care about doing that. And I was just like, oh, that's kind of a bit. If you're gonna just rip off someone, at least be honest about it. It's like I know that I got this idea from Monica D. That's why I mentioned it in the description and had a link to the channel because I'm gonna be at least honest about where I got the idea. If they aren't, that's just kind of not. That's just kind of rude. So that's why they get the D. Tibishi. Now at this point, I'm just kind of tired of watching the same stuff over and over again in this ranking, which is basically the fact that they're just reacting to other people's mods. I'm good. That's why they're in D, because that's all it is really. I should move this here because Chungy's. Hold on, let me just die real quick. Okay, thank you. I'm resurrected. I'm back again. Thank you. Now these last four are all the same basically. Chungy, Jibishi, Aigo's Roar, and Downright Doki. They are all channels that its main purpose is to review to other DDLC mods and not really make their own. That's fine, but it's not something that I'm particularly interested in, and it's not something I particularly like to think of when I'm thinking of a Dokituber. So when any of those four, let's see where the other two. Aha, Downright Doki. You see, same kind of thing. Twin Realities mod, Twin Realities. Clickbait, things like that. It's all it's not really, and like this clickbait's not a really big issue with me, but it's just the fact that all it is just you reacting to other people's mods, which I think has its place on a DokuTuber channel. I think that's fine, but I think it should be coupled with you also making videos of your own mods. I think there should be a mix. If it's literally just you reacting or showcasing other mods, I'm just not as interested. And that's why it's just my opinion. Like I goes does the exact same thing. And like it's just JDLC mod playthroughs. That's what this is. It's not their own mods, it's playthroughs. So because of that, I put them all in D because they're all basically the same darn thing. I have no interest. Bless you, I freaking love your content. Oh, thank you. Glad to hear that. Yeah, Monica. Oh yeah, I praised you a little bit earlier. You can go rewind and watch that. Anyhow, F. Hopefully Monica doesn't hate me for all these Fs. The reason I have these in F is because not only are they dead, is that they had potential and then they died. So the first one is Netsuki Smallface. They're not in a particular order, they're all interchangeable. But let's see. Almost 2,000 subscribers. And they started 2 years ago. Honestly, had, you know, promoted them and be like, oh yeah, we got this new channel. It's gonna be great. Go subscribe to them. And we did. I saw it. I was like, all right, more content. I'm all for it. And then after they hit 1K, they were like, I'm done. And that was it. I mean, in the community, yeah, they've done things that are a bit more recent. It's like, I'm back. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna do some stuff, and it just never happened. They're gone. They so much potential, so much like, oh yeah, we're gonna do all this crazy stuff. We're gonna do some mods, and then they just, yep, not anymore. So yeah, I'm a bit bitter. So F. Say that these are basically the exact same story. Uh, let's go back, shall we? Let's see if I'm wrong. Dokituber TV is next on the F. It's been, of course, a year. And they've only been doing it for how long? A year. Let's see. It says they just stopped. There was potential, and they stopped. That's it. Game over. They got to however high they wanted, the 1.26K, and then they're just like, I've had it for this channel. Let's move on. And that's fine. If you don't like it, don't do it. I totally agree. But I subscribed. I was excited. There were mods, and then it just bye. I'm bitter. That's what this is. This is me being bitter. Potential. And they just said, yeah, bye. So I'm just a bit bitter. I am sorry. Of course, this last one is the chibi Monika smiley face, which is right here. Of course, they do still upload a lot more recently. None of it's DDLC related. Their last DDLC related mod video was 10 months ago, almost a year. After that, they decided that they were kind of done with that, and it was just up their alley to do shit posts. That's what this looks like. This looks like a bunch of shit posts, which is fine. Even Monica Smileyface has dabbled in shit posts. But they haven't given up. I mean, like, this banner, this title, this icon, you're about. Yeah, tired of DC content and trying to figure out what to do from here. Yeah, that's why it's F then. It's F because you gave up on it. And that's fine, but that doesn't mean that's giving up on DC is not going to get you some A ranking. You made content, and now it's over. You're doing your own thing. You're also still called Chibi Monica Smiley Face though, so there's a certain precedent, expectation, and interest. There was, all three of these people were shout outed by Monica's Smiley Face when they first came out, and there was, to me, a good amount of hype. I was pretty excited for every single one. I subscribed to every single one because I wanted to see what they would do. And none of them went anywhere. They got tired, they got bored of it, they had other things that happened, and they all stopped. Because of that, all F. That is my reasoning. They stopped. They decided that it was just not it. I mean, that would be my reasoning. And then of course there's me and NA because I'm Bernert. I would be biased in my ranking, so I can't rank me, so that's NA. But of course that would be my ranking of all this. Unfortunate. Same as Dokituber TV. I thought all the channels were connected at first. I'm America. All right, who's the fellow in the NA category? Never heard of him before. I'm very disappointed with my daughter. I would be. It's like they just decided to kind of. They did their own thing, and it's not like they're horrible. It's not like I'm just bitter. There's potential, and they're just like, yeah, but nah, and I'm bitter about it. I got all hyped and excited and interested, and they're just like, how about not? And so I'm just a little bitter, okay? It's normal. Let me, but yeah, of course, if I were to rank it, I'd probably put them in S or A because I think that I make good content, but I'm biased in that. If I didn't think I made good content, I wouldn't release the content. So obviously I am biased. Someone else would. Like Monica D is a fresh in their own perspective. They put me in B for a reason because they're not biased. Their perspective of me is their own opinion. I would just break myself high because I think of myself like that. I can't, so that's why it's got to be an A. But if you want to rank these, this is about every single Dokituber that is there to think of, to be there. I mean, we're talking like this is. I can't think of. I can only think of maybe one or two others um, that could be on here. And I have my reasonings for not having them on here. I'm not putting Sari Smileyface on here because of the controversy about bullying suicidal people. And I'm not putting the other two that I mentioned before because either one, they don't do DLC content anymore, and they haven't been doing it for a while, and two, they're just another React channel, which means if I did add them, they'd just be right here. And is the biggest YouTuber when you think about it, Baka versus Sussy Baka. No, I'm not a Sussy Baka. Can't believe he is biased. Whoever does he think calling me a YouTuber is a wee bit of a stretch. Yeah, I think so. I mean, yeah, it's like you could like go and you say it's like, well, Venom Melon isn't a Doki tuber. It's like that's fair because not all that they do is Doki related, but they do make DDLC. They make their own content based off of DDLC, and that to me is the core of what a Doki tuber is. It doesn't have to be a mod. Whoop mess. Not every video by him is DLC related, but a good portion of them are, and they're edits. They're not mods. Yet it's still a Dokituber. The same thing I think could be said about Vanamelon. They're an animation channel. Totally get that. But the fact is that there's enough for a whole section of it's just the Just Monica stuff, and there's also this wonderful little video right here. This one video right here. That's why it's A for me. That's all I needed. That's all. Wait, I don't need to go there. I need to go here. That's why it's A tier. Because yes, please. But of course, this is just my list. I mean, you can personally go and you can change the with Vanamelon and the NA because you don't believe that Vanamelon is a Dokituber or whatever. I mean, like however you want to do it. That's why this should be public. There is a link in the description. It should help you get to this to where you can. If it'll load. Yeah, where you can edit and stuff, so that you can make your own list. That's the idea. And of course, I did link. It should be Monica D's channel because they made the tier list first. and I saw it this morning. I was like, oh, that's cool. I should do that. Um, so got to give credit where credit's due. They made the cool. They made it way before I did. Uh, but I was like, I wanted to give my opinion because there are certain channels I like more than others, based on just personal preference, and there's reasons, and some of them I just don't know anything about. Like most of the ones in here, I have no idea what I don't know what this. I don't know what these two, these three, these four, these five. I don't know the videos. So C, average, 70%. You pass. But yeah, I think I did a fairly good job overall. I have my reasons, and you can agree, disagree, and make your own list. That's what I would encourage, at least a little bit. Let me go back to the stream so I can figure out what you guys are probably saying. Gonna wait. Okay, great. And let's see. Oh, that sweet banner. I wonder who drew some of it. Yeah, I'm super excited about that banner. Gonna hour at least half an hour compiling my own list then. Now you can get an orange juice. And are you allergic to orange juice? Getting an orange juice ad when you are allergic to orange juice. Get good at LMAO. C is cool. C is the baseline. C is baseline. Anything under baseline is not good, unless you're talking about NA, which is not applicable. But that DF is like not good. BAS is good. C is in the middle, because that's usually how grading works. Because usually we don't have an S tier when it comes to grades, but now we do, so that kind of botches everything. But to me, C means average. C is cool, C is normal, that's your baseline. We're talking about just a basic DDLC mod. This is usually the type of channels you're going to be thinking about. We're talking about good ones, great ones, God ones. That's how I would say it. Review ones, non-existent anymore. For whatever reason. I mean, there's other dead channels. I totally get that, like Mr. Lighthearted, but they made a whole shit ton of other videos before they decided to just stop. So explanations, this and that, and they didn't have some shout out. Like I found them naturally. I didn't find them from a shout out that promised, that there would be this new Dokituber channel. That was not what happened. That's not what happened with Lighthearted, but that's what happened with these, and then I stopped. So that's why those get F. I mean, I could move them to D. I could even move them to C, but it's just like I'm just bitter about that. That's why it's just my personal opinion. You could be the person who puts Afro Zero in S tier. I mean, someone was telling me that that's what they would do. Go for it. Absolutely. That's the whole point. B is breast. How do I know you'd say that? You can make a ton of DLC videos based on my OCs. I got like 7 of them, plus there's the Dokis. You agreed earlier. You can't take it back. Like, I got a lot of the. I'm not just like that yet. I'll say that's pretty accurate S tier. I like to think so. I think this is pretty accurate S tier. I don't think you can get any more accurate than this S tier. Uh, but other people, I think, would do different things. Like, I think a very good, honest person who knows what they're talking about would, just, rank, that Bernerk right up there. I'm pretty sure that anyone with any common sense would just immediately just shoot that right to the S tier. But, that's just, my logic. uh, Bernerk be bitter. I am bitter about that. I think it's pretty accurate there. I told you I'm too biased on it, but this is this is my tier list. I don't know what else to say. I guess that's really the end of the stream. I did say that I might like watch some videos to try to get better like ideas on that, but most of the things I would want to watch from a lot of these channels that I don't know as much about, like in the B and C tiers, would be series. 67's got a series I want to watch. Uh, I don't regret Afro Zero. I don't regret that placement at all. The Caesar Madrazo. That there's a series I would want to watch, and that'll take way too much time. Save that for another live stream. But until then, thank you all so much for watching. Give me a great series. Give everyone an F and put you on SS. That's what we should do. If you look at the right side of my banner, you can see my data seals. Not a fan of Act 2, Yuri, but your series was great. Yes. Well, thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you all in the next live stream. Thank you. Thank you all for joining in this